Morning carpers. I've had a good night. Just been doing just coming to the end of a social, 24-hour social with a friend named Chris. He's just had his first 20-pounder. It was actually 22 pounds 6 ounces on the spot, so on the mark. And the lake is looking absolutely lovely. I'm fishing my favourite syndicate water at the moment, down in Yateley. Look at that path up there. How beautiful that is. So really autumny at the moment. And I had a carp myself last night. Had an 18.5 pound mirror. After about 3 hours of casting in, ripped off my old favourite ChocMint Carper ultra fluoro pop-ups. So that was the result. Got my friend Chris panicking because he'd been in fishing longer than me and he hadn't had a bite by then, but his rod rocked off about 2 hours later with his new PB, like I said, and that was awesome. So I'm really happy for him. He went from, I think his PB before that was 18.5 pound, so he's just entered into the 20-pounder world, which is lovely. I love seeing people catching new PBs. It's brilliant. Definitely on baits that work so well for me. So waiting for everything to dry out at the moment. This is my swim here. As you can see, bivvy was absolutely soaked about 2 hours ago because it rained a lot during the night. Waistlings dried out now pretty much. That was absolutely soaked. There was a puddle around the side here in this. Oh yeah, it's dissipating now. That's good. So that's almost there, so it will be time to pack up soon. Rod's down here. Show you where I've been fishing. We had my fish last night. I had from the left hand rod, I had that out on the margin just over there. There's a little bit of a snag in the margin along there, and I just had my rod literally about a foot. I was probably very close to it, a foot off it. And then my right hand rod, I've got that over in that corner there in the end of that bush, and that hasn't produced me anything yet, but I know it's produced a lot of fish for other people in the past. I've never fished this swim before, always wanted to have a go at it, and it's definitely paid off for me. Lovely little 18 pound mirror. So that was a pleasure to catch. So yeah, the rig I was using, favourite rig, as you know, I love the hinge stiff rig, so I was using that as usual. That was all set up with a ultra fluoro Carper pop-up. Really sharp hook this time because I fished a match about 2 weeks ago and I could have won it. I came in second place with my teammate, another friend named Chris, and we almost won it, but it was my fault that we lost it because I was lazy. The match was a 24-hour match, but we were fishing on a night when the clocks changed, so it actually turned into 25-26 hours match. And so the rods were out there for, you know, about 23 hours without a touch, and it rocked off in the last hours. I had an 18 pound, I think it was an 18.5, I can't really remember now, mirror carp. Again, keep catching 18 pounders at the moment. So that was brilliant, and I thought, you know, I probably haven't got much more of a chance of getting another fish because I haven't had a knock up until now, and I've only got an hour and a half left of that match. So I just whacked the rod back out there, check the hook. It was fairly sharp, but it was a little bit blunt. I don't know if that makes sense. It was blunt, it was sharp, and chucked it back out there. 20 minutes later, believe it or not, it rocked off again. Connected with that fish. It was on there for about 20-30 seconds, came off because of blunt hook. Lots of swearing happened. Reeled in the rig, checked it. Yeah, the hook was sharpish, bluntish, but I was a lazy sod, wasn't I? So I thought, you know, I've only got half an hour left of the match. Is it going to go again? Probably unlikely, but I like to have a rod in the water. Cast it back out on the spot. 20 minutes after I cast it back out again, it went off again. Same scenario, lost the fish. So I lost 2 fish literally within an hour and a half towards the end of the match. Could have won the match. So I learned a valuable lesson. Always sharpen your hooks, always. You know, no matter if you're casting out and you've got just like 20 minutes left of a match, or your social, or you know, your normal fishing, make sure that hook's sharp, because you never know when it's going to go off, and it could cost you a fish that can cost you a match. Could have been the 2nd match I've won this year, but I only came 2nd place, which is good, but you know, laziness. So yeah, always from now on, every time I'm making sure my hooks are sharp and putting them out there, and I advise anyone out there to do the same. Never put out a blunt hook or a hook you haven't checked. Always check your rig before you cast it out to make sure that your pop-ups are sitting correctly and fishing right, and check those hooks, because you can lose some fish if they're not correct. And definitely when you're fishing big waters like I fish at the moment on this syndicate in Yateley, fishing not big waters but big fish waters, where I'm after a new PB for myself, which would be nice, a 30-pounder. I want to make sure that that rig is working as perfectly as it can, and those hooks are sharp, and because you imagine hooking into your 30-pound PB carp and it coming off. Oh my god, you know, they're so hard to catch the first 30, and Chris has just experienced that. My friend that I fished with last night, we're going after a 20, he's been after a 20-pounder for absolutely the ages, and he knows exactly how hard it is to get a first 20-pounder. And I remember the situation a long time ago when I was focusing going after my first 20, and it was so hard. I spent years, and I'd see people catch loads and blah blah blah, and you know, finally I got one, but I did go through a huge amount of learning to get there, and I think Chris has gone through the same learning, and it's so good to see somebody catch their first 20-pounder. And after that they seem to have come along like buses. Now I seem to catch 20-pounders all the time, not as recent. I've been catching a little bit of a few upper doubles, but you know, it's all fish, and something very important I've learned with my hunt with a 30-pounder. I've been hunting a 30-pound carp now, not a particular hunting, just wanting to catch my first 30-pound carp for the last year and a half now. And I found myself, you know, when I get a fish on, you know, it could be a high 20, and I'll be like, oh, it's not a 30 though. Enjoy every fish matters. No, it doesn't matter how big they are, it doesn't matter if it's 10 pounds, it's still obliged you by picking up your rig and your bait. So enjoy every fish, because it's a journey. And for me, that's what carp fishing is about. It's about the long-term journey, and it is a long old process going after those target fish. And you know, I caught my first 20-pounder 5 years ago, and I don't know how many 20-pounders I've caught since then, but I know that now they seem to come along like buses. You know, I don't know when that rod goes off, when those rods go off, I don't know whether it's going to be a low, mid, high double or a low, mid, high 20. One day it could be a 30, but I'm going to enjoy the journey, and that's one of the reasons for me doing this vlog. It's not really to promote anything at all. I will be showing you the bait that I use, and I will be showing you the rigs, and I'll show you everything that I do in my fishing. And you can see my journey from this point towards getting my first 30-pounder. It's the start of the winter now. We're on the 11th of November, if I've got my dates right, so right at the beginning of the winter. It's now starting to get properly cold, but you know, a lot of people say that carp fishing in the winter time is difficult. I don't think so. I think they like it more. I think it's actually easier. I've had most of my luck during the winter in the past, so I'm really looking forward to this winter. This is just a shame it's cold, really. You know, it would be nicer if it was warmer, but I suppose that's the whole thing of it being winter. But I'm going to focus on this lake that I've been fishing all year and having a lot of results from, and it's getting a hugely amount quieter at the moment. I think there's one person fishing here at the moment, and you know, it's not really that cold. It really hasn't even kicked in winter yet. Still above, you know, still in plus figures temperature wise, even at night. I think it didn't freeze this morning, so yeah, this lake might be mine for the winter. No one else can be down here very much at all. So I'm going to use the time this winter to learn it. I'm going to show you what I do as much as I can, and take you on the journey towards me catching my first 30 penner. Hopefully I'll do that this winter. We never know, it could be next winter, it could be in 10 years time, but it's going to be a journey, and whatever I learn and pick up I'll share with you, and you can put that into your fishing, whether you're targeting your first double figure carp, or you're targeting your first 20 pounder, or mid double, or mid 20, or double, yeah, mid 20, or your first 30 even. And you know, there's people out there focusing off their 40 pounders. That's just way out of my league. I haven't even got there yet. I think the lake I'm fishing at the moment doesn't even have a 40 pounder in it, so that will be in several years time for me. Yeah, so welcome to my vlog, and I hope you enjoy it, and thanks for watching. If you like this video, it's the sort of video you like, give me a like, and subscribe, and follow this journey, because I'm very excited to share it with you. And yeah, catch you soon. Bye bye.